Hi, this is John Burek with PC Mag. I'm here with Lenovo today, and I was just demoed a couple of laptops that will be coming to market in October. They're both being branded as IdeaPad laptops, even though this one I'm holding here says Yoga on it, and these will both be very interesting models to check out once they hit the market. The one that I have in my hand here is the Slim 7 Carbon in the IdeaPad line. Now you'll notice I said Carbon. Carbon is a brand that has only to this point been associated with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. This is a 14-inch machine which has AMD Ryzen 5000 series processors inside. The base model of the machine is going to be $1,289 when it debuts, and what's interesting is that it will only be offered with Ryzen. There won't be an Intel version. And there's been quite a bit of innovation in this machine that we haven't seen in previous IdeaPads that really brings it upscale. For example, let's take a look at the bottom. You'll notice that the bottom is very clean, and there isn't much in the way of sort of cut-throughs for ventilation or anything of that sort. What Lenovo has done here is create a cooling system that pulls in air from the sides and exhausts it out the back. So you have a very clean-looking machine here. The lid is magnesium, and the notebook itself is quite light. If you take a look at the keyboard deck, this is very much a sort of spaced-out keyboard deck for a 14-inch machine, and you have a good bit of key travel between the keys. The typing feel is not quite up to the sort of ThinkPad X series standards, but it is nice and snappy and gives you a good bit of feedback. One thing I didn't get into too much detail about is the display. 14 inches, but it's at 2880 by 1800, and it's an OLED panel, which we're starting to see more of in 2021, but until the last 6 months or so was very much a premium feature. So a nice vibrant display on this unit here, and you'll also notice the sort of the inverted notch on the top there for the camera. This is an IR camera. I did not have details on the resolution of the camera, whether it was 720p or 1080p, but there's a little bit of extra bezel on the top there to accommodate the camera and extra microphones. So should be a good sound system. We have a 4-speaker array going down the sides here, nice big touchpad. So approximately 2.4 pounds for this machine, and once again will be $1,289 starting price when it comes out in October. So the second machine we have here that Lenovo is introducing in October is the Slim 7 Pro. So this is also an IdeaPad, and as you'll notice also has the Yoga branding on the cover, but in the United States this will be branded IdeaPad. Now this is sort of the big sibling of the Slim that we just looked at. This is using a AMD Ryzen H series processor. You can get it with up to the Ryzen 7 5800H. Now the H series are sort of the power processors that you would see in gaming laptops or power machines. So this is going to be much more of a sort of a productivity churning machine for if you're working on very large spreadsheets, media editing, things of that sort, rather than sort of maximum portability. Now, as you can see, it's compared to my torso here, it's much wider than the 14-inch model was. This unit is a 16-inch panel with a 2560 by 1600 native resolution. So you've got a big sort of display here to spread across, and you've got support for 100% sRGB color coverage. So if you're doing sort of light media editing or even moderate prosumer media editing, you're probably going to prefer this to something like the 14-inch. You'll also have a lot more power to process media files. So other highlights of this unit is that you will be able to get it with either integrated graphics or with up to a RTX 3050 GeForce chip inside. So this model weighs about 4.6 pounds. It's significantly heavier than the 14-inch unit, and will again be available in October. Starting price will be in the 1400s for base model. So here we have the IdeaPad Slim 7 Pro, and previously the Slim 7 Carbon. So thank you for watching, and we'll have reviews of these units as soon as we're able to get them in our hands.